It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a duel in the Lone Star State. It's the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday night primetime.
Let's go, baby.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
About ready to get this one started. Amy Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And here we see Dak Prescott taking the field, Mike, coming off what a lot of people thought was an MVP caliber season. He finished runner-up, of course, to Lamar Jackson. And people love to nitpick Dak's game. I don't know if it's because he plays for the Cowboys and people love to hate. But regardless, he is as talented as they come. He is the leader of that team. He needs to have the postseason success that he has found in the regular season. Once he does that, I'm not sure what's left to nitpick. Everyone always assumes that you only want to run drag routes or crossing routes just underneath like mesh concepts against man coverage, but so often they're equally as effective against the zone. All it takes is one of those underneath man defenders to latch on to the wrong route, and all of a sudden there is a lot of room, not only for the completion, but for yards after the catch. There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go play action. It's Prescott. He's got a man open. That's Tolbert. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Well, there's fast starts, Mike, and then there's this. It just seems like it's completion after completion, and now they find themselves in plus territory. Every team has their fringe red zone down to their red zone plan, and once you cross midfield, you got to be thinking 6, at the worst 3, but you're coming away with points.
They'll throw again. Dak. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Dak. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Dak facing 3rd and long. Taking off, he'll try to get there. What a letdown for the defense. They allow a conversion on 3rd and 16.
Just when you're thinking defensively that you've got the play covered, the quarterback's able to tuck it down, escape, and somehow pick up the first down.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll take off again. He is in. Dak Prescott. Touchdown, Dallas. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He knocks it through. The Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Braxton Berrios now to bring it back. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
You could certainly make the case, Mike, that he had one of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in NFL history. Not so much just his personal play, but he has completely rejuvenated that Houston Texans locker room and that Houston Texans organization. It was incredible watching him as a rookie. Tell you what, though, I think he's even more capable here in his second year under center.
They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Micah Parsons on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either the ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
So, on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. Devontae Turpin to return for the Cowboys. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Cowboys offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. On the play fake, Dak. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's a 3rd and 10. operating from the gun. Here's Dak. He'll try and get there on the ground.
So the two components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to take over for their second possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. That one intercepted. That's the safety, Malik Hooker. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Cowboys offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with excellent field position. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
5 yards from the house. They've got it first and goal. Prescott now. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Another one from the 5. Second down and goal. Here's Dak to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll get 3 yards here, down to the 2-yard line. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. So on third and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. It's up and good. And the Cowboys move out on top, 14-0. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They'll go play action with... And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 14-0 is our score. We're back to Arlington in a moment. First and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
On 2nd down, Stroud. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw, it's Stroud. He'll try to run for it. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on 3rd down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the 1st down and some.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Got his man. It's Kirk. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll go right back to Kirk again. It's complete. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
2nd down, here's a run, and here's Mixon. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting and waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. A second effort, and he is in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans.
That's a heck of a run right there, and I can't tell you, Mike, how many running backs coaches I've heard over the years say, your responsibility with the ball is to make the first guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back, and you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all the way.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Texans are on the board. It's now 14-7. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Short kick taken at the 17. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Pistol now for Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Tackle there by Will Anderson. Third and 6. Throwing is Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
You know, Mike, what I think is interesting is we had a chance to sit down with this young player this week leading up to today's game, and it kind of felt to both of us that he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He fell to the 2nd round on draft night. In his mind, he thought he was a 1st rounder. But I'll tell you what, whatever round he was drafted in, if he keeps making plays like this, there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be kicking themselves for skipping over him on draft night.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. This one is caught by Kirk. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Stroud going to set up to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Third and long. Stroud to throw. He keeps it himself.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on third down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give him credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the first down.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. To return, it is Turpin. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Cowboys offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll get this out to his running back. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. To throw is Dak. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Looking free downfield, it's Kirk. And he will go all the way. Christian Kirk, touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans will tie things up. We are all even at 14. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll try to set up the screen here. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. Cowboys going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Dak. Pass brought in by Ferguson. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Again, Prescott to the air. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. So we'll take a breath. We're at the half, and it has been an intriguing game to this point. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Texans offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. His throw left side, taken in by Kirk. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
These wide outside the number throws, this is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
Here's 1st and 10. Stroud. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's in. Christian Kirk. Touchdown, Texans. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Texans have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. On the return, here's Turpin. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down. In motion, Lamb. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Once you see that guy coming across the formation pre-snap, Mike, you have to be thinking jet sweep instantly. It's just such a dangerous play that always has the potential for this type of yardage, especially when he wins that race to the edge.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Into the hands of Pickens. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver, leads to a real nice run after catch, and brings up 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Dak to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, here's Dak. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. 3rd and long. Prescott now. Now he takes off.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly. Realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket. Decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
On 4th down, here's Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal try. No issues there. This one is good. And the Cowboys will cut the lead down to 4.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Here's Berrios on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. On 1st down, they'll start with Mixon. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now the Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
It is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
This guy's really in his zone right now, Mike. He's rushing with such confidence that it doesn't matter who they put on him. He thinks he's going to win every matchup, and with the rest of the time remaining here in the 2nd half, the offense is going to have to change some things up. It's less about who blocks him and how we block him, because right now, one-on-one, it's just not getting the job done.
The Texans getting all set to punt. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And just a short pickup there to about the 44. Second down and 8. Prescott.
These plays just kill you on defense. The pressure's good, but you have to contain them. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is Prescott. That's brought in right side by Pickens. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So Early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal, but either way, I'm coming away with points.
Dak going to throw it here on first down. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. Second and a yard. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's going to be taken down.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Here's a run. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Aubrey now for the extra point. His kick is good. The Cowboys extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Texans offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. On the option, they give it to Mixon. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Here comes 3rd and 6. Now Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. Good-looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a first down. So we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, It makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
On second down, Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Kirk is the motion man. On third down, here's a run by Mixon. It's a game.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Stroud going to set up to throw. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll give this to Mixon, running right. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down. On play action, Stroud. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And he lowers the shoulder. A gain of about 3. So now it's Kaimi Fairbairn in a pressure situation. This to tie things up here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in, and just wasn't able to quite make the completion.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he gets this up to the 42.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, fourth quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
Prescott on first down. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now he'll run it. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
First down, Prescott. He's going to take a shot down the field. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the ground, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
1st and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. That's to his tight end, Schultz. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
So if you're going to have time to allow your big tight end to start on one side of the field and run a crossing route all the way to the other, your big guys up front better hold up in protection. That's exactly what they were able to do here. Gave the quarterback the confidence of staying with him the entire way through, delivering that ball on the far side of the field, and leads to a nice pickup.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. It is 2nd down and 5. From the gun, here's Stroud. Off he goes. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Christian Kirk, touchdown, Houston.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. That is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. The kick is good. The Cowboys will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Texans offense and Christian Kirk getting set for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
A second down throw for Stroud. That one knocked away and incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
He'll air one out for Higgins. That's caught! And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. He'll go right and find his running back, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stroud.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
Here's 2nd down. Now Stroud. That is caught at the 3. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with 1st down. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Going to need a big play now. 3rd down and long. They'll run here.
This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got him backed up so far, you're not really fearing any play call, let alone a run. Sit a couple of guys back, keep the ball from being thrown over your head. Everybody else track the ball, comes up well short.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. 4 quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. A return coming from the 14. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
He's going to keep it himself. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Now a first throw here in overtime. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
I really like the rhythm that this offense has found. I mean, that 3rd down, that wasn't a layup by any means, but they made it look easy. Everybody was exactly where they needed to be. The quarterback did a nice job working through his progression, saying, okay, I understand this is zone defense. I understand where the limitations of the coverage are. I'm going to get to that spot on the field as fast as I can, deliver the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet. But I could promise you they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. So, pressure kick coming now for Brandon Aubrey. This to get a leg up in the OT. And this one is off the mark. It is no good. And we will keep going here in overtime.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a toss right side to Mixon. The defense stringing him out. No gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that game to nothing.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. The throw on the run is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He runs with it. Dak wisely hits the deck at the end, but he slides after picking up the 1st down. A gain of 16, good enough for a 1st down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a 1st down.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Prescott. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
They put Pickens in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's a 3rd and 10. They'll try to get this one on the ground. So, pressure kick coming now for Brandon Aubrey. This one to win it in overtime. So now, a big spot coming here. This one he's got to have. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys, as we say so long from Arlington.